You fuck with Big Brother, you get skirt. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck he said. Big Blue told me something I can't hear. You already know what the fuck time it is. Turn up and tune in. Hey. What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? It's your motherfucking boy Big BAYDAY, and this is the Real Talk Real Shit podcast. And as always, I definitely appreciate y'all for stopping by. I definitely appreciate you, and I ain't gonna waste your time. Today this is my part 2. I'm touching on the homosexuality again, part 2, because the first one got cut and I wasn't able to finish. But I appreciate everybody for watching that, who watching it. All right, but I was just thinking about something today about this, about the homosexual and LGBTQ agenda. Okay. For one, I'm not against nobody. Like I said before, I don't hate y'all. I just understand that it's the devil who's trying to bring this forth and into the community and pollute us like this. So while they're pushing their agenda for everybody to be a homosexual, I'm gonna push natural, normal, original agenda for you to be who you're born to be and who you were born as. Okay. Now I'm gonna say one thing. I understand the genetics of America, mostly America. It's all around the world. But mostly in America, I can understand that genetically we've been modified. We're walking GMOs, meaning we've been genetically altered as a society through the air, the food. I understand that this is a systematic breakdown of humanity. Okay, so I don't fault people for being like this, for being homosexual, right? But what I do fault is people not understanding the cause of it and not realizing that there's a reason why this shit is so widespread. Okay? Now, tell me this. Back in the days, in the 60s and the 50s and all that, black people had to fight for their right to be... Black people and people of color had to fight for their right to be considered humans. We're clearly humans. Black people are clearly humans. But they had to fight for the right to even be considered a human. Hell, women had to fight for the right to be considered equal, to be considered the same status as a standpoint as a man. So even the people who founded this country didn't even treat the women as a fair equality. So you can imagine how they treated black people. They treated black people like roaches. There goes a nigga right there. Stomp him. Get him. Get the rage. Spray him. Hang him. Just like that. And that shit real talk. That was only fucking your grandma ago. That was your grandma who went through that. Ask your grandfather. Ask your grandmother if they're still around. They went through that. That shit wasn't no long time ago like people try to make it seem. That was one lifetime ago. Less than 100 years or 100 years. Less than 100 years. So let's not be fooled about equality. And when I'm making the point of human rights and equality is, when did homosexuals become a separate entity from humanity? Let me say that again. When did homosexuals be considered a separate entity, almost like a separate race in humanity? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you not understand what the fuck I'm saying? It's like homosexuals are like Chinese people. And by that I mean they're like their own race. And that's when did that become? Because a homosexual man is a man just like any other man. He's just got a weird sexual way of life. He's just living the opposite sexual way that he was intended to live. God intended him to live. But he's still a man. He still got a dick. He still got balls. Still got testosterone until he wipes it out and cuts it. Even if he wipes it out and cuts it off and takes enough pills to where it's all out of his system and he's broken down to a woman state or to a beta male state, he still is a man. So transgender is a fucking mind. It's a mind game. Because I'm gonna tell you what, have sex with who you want to have sex with. If you look like a girl, dress like a girl, whatever, okay, that's cool. I see you, whatever. But guess what? You still got a dick and some balls. Even if your shit real little, you still got it. Even if your shit is real big, you got it. Even if you cut it off, which don't do that, please. If anybody's considering that shit, don't do it. You know, because the studies, okay. So I made that point. So now I'm getting to the real meat of this shit. The studies behind homosexuality that people are not being real about is the suicide rate in the homosexual community. Why are they killing themselves? You know why? Because they're not balanced. A homosexual is not balanced. So that's why they have suicidal tendencies. That's why they're more suicidal as a group of people. That's why they kill themselves like they do. Because I'm going to tell you, if some unspeakable acts happen, and majority of the people who are homosexual were molested and made to have weird sexuality. And I'm not blaming nobody for that, because molestation is a serious thing that America needs to address, and America needs to really address molestation and abuse. And then we won't have all these problems. But you have all these weird motherfuckers in your family, or weird motherfucking friends of the family, or weird motherfucking in-laws and stepdaddies and fucking all that bullshit, and boyfriends and girlfriends and stepmoms and shit, who molest and rape young children. And people say things like, it's not even about all homosexual either, because people say things like, like even me, I had sexual experiences, because I'm gonna speak from my own perspective. I had sexual experiences as a young man before it was my time to have them. I was having sex, I think at 13 years old. I was fucking molested. But the girl was probably the same age as me or a year older or something like that. And it was my girlfriend, whatever that might be. But even still, what the fuck is a 13-year-old having sex with a girl for? But yeah, hey, this is the life of America. This is America. We're over sexualized. We're bred to be sexual. And like I'm saying, majority of people's families, or majority of people who are homosexual, had somebody in their family do something weird to them, and it tainted their mind. And so they start doing weird things. They fixated on weird sexual ways. So if we address these problems of molestation, and we address these problems of abuse, and we watch our kids more, and we be more hands-on as society with our children, then we won't have these problems. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bashing anybody, but the root and the cause, there's roots to a tree, and you got to get to the root to water the tree to make that bitch grow. So we need to get to the roots of these problems so we can make a better situation for our kids and our fucking nephews and nieces. If you ain't got no kids, your brother, yourself, you know what I mean? Your mama, your daughter, just give a fuck about somebody, man. You got to give a fuck about somebody, man. We ain't gonna make it if we just stay like this. You know what I mean? So I'm not bashing nobody, This is all love, man. I know you can feel it. This is all love. I just want people to understand that a lot of people commit suicide and they don't want to live this wicked lifestyle that they're living, and they need to just come out of it. And for the young people who never done it before, don't mess with nobody the same as you. Don't kiss no boy if you're a boy. Don't kiss no girl if you're a girl. Don't do it. Don't touch her butt. Don't let no nigga pop you on the ass when you're playing football. Don't let them niggas pop you on the ass when you're playing basketball. Oh, good job, smack. Nah, none of that shit. None of that. Keep that shit 100 and get you a girl, man. And girls, get you a boyfriend, and don't have sex with them until you're old enough to understand your body and you're ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Or unless you can hold out for marriage, that'll be even better. But I'm not saying you got to be an angel, but boy and girl, do it better. You know what I mean? Just be better, y'all. Just be better. Let's be better. You know what I mean? Let's just be better, for real. But it's your motherfucking boy, Big BAYDAY. I had to retouch on that on homosexuality because it's such a rampant thing. Like, even like, one more thing, and I'm gonna let it go, and I'm gonna let you. I had to let you know before I let you go. But one more thing, there's a new agenda with the homosexuals where they're turning Down syndrome men into drag queens, yo. Now this is some low down shit. Fuck the down low. This is some low down shit. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Why would you have sex with a retarded man? Why would a man victimize a retarded man? That's fucked up. And I know Down syndrome people don't be mad at me because I know I'm not saying y'all ain't functional in society doing your thing. It's a lot of Down syndrome people. Y'all are, doing your thing. I respect it. But at the same time, you have a certain thing about you where you're limited in a certain type of aspect. So people should not be taking advantage of the handicapped community. You know what I'm saying? Should never take advantage of the handicapped. I hope God smites these people down. Oh my God. Fucking drag queen. And they call it, what they say? They call it, drag syndrome. Like Down syndrome. They call it drag syndrome. It's just, it's sick. It's insanity. It's insanity how they're preying on handicapped men just to further this agenda to make everybody okay with this shit. And I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Just think about what I said. It's your motherfucking boy, Big BAYDAY. Peace and love, man. Do better.